morning. September 21st. On this path of just healing and releasing, learning and accepting what's going on in my world. And digesting it. So, if I decided to share my prior post, it was a learning experience as I was speaking. I'm learning more. I'm catching myself like in the moment of, so I just didn't know. I had a session and I didn't know if I was going to share it. I don't even know if I'm going to share it to this point. So if you've seen it, you've seen it. If not, then it's just probably best that I didn't share it because I didn't want to offend anybody with my internal shit. So, and if I did share it and you're offended by it, please do not take it personal. I'm dealing with internal shit myself. It just so happens to be that you are a part of my life. And unfortunately, we were not, as human beings, taught that in life you're gonna be raised a certain way, you're gonna be shown certain things, and you're gonna be expected to be a certain way. And when you don't meet those expectations, sadly, there's certain feelings or projections that happen. So I'm healing inside. I'm healing myself because there's so much pain and anger and stuff that I went through. There's not so much because I've been releasing it and letting it go. So it's not so much. But there's still those little tuck away pieces. So anywho, I had this conversation and it was a great conversation. I learned in that of the sense that sometimes I gotta accept the fact that not everybody wants to hear what I have to say. Not everybody here say or do in that sense of not everybody. Even though I'm healing, I'm trying to heal, and I'm trying to communicate with certain people in my life, to communicate with them, to let them know this is what's partaking inside me right now. I don't want to project anything towards you, but this is what I'm dealing with, so please understand. But I also too got to know that not everybody wants to know it. Okay, so here's another example. Scenario. So my oldest and I, we went to go pick up some dog and cat food, and she had shared with me another brand of cat food suggested, pointed out, and I had made a face, and at the time that I had made the face, like a face gesture, I was looking away at a different thing, and so her assumption right then and there, she had said, well, Mom, it's with the top veterans. Like, she became like she was trying to, she was just saying it's up there with the vets, Mom. Like, it's good met. Like, I didn't say nothing. I didn't. And so that was a moment for me to share with her that was her assuming what I thought. But that was not it, because her assumption was wrong. There was no assumption of the food she suggested. It was literally, I turned and I was thinking numbers. Because when I looked down, and it wasn't in a bad sense, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not speaking it. It was a face that she caught, and she assumed that I was turning my face up towards her suggestion, and it wasn't that. I wasn't turning my face up to her suggestion, but her assumption was that. So with that happening, I went ahead and said, hey, I said, your assumption was that I felt this way, but you got defensive and assumed I was. So she said that she said like it was like that, and she shut down. Like she didn't like that. She didn't like me pointing out that she assumed something of me. Well, guess what? That was a boundary I shared. She shared with me how she was feeling, and that's okay. But I also shared with her that she assumed wrong. And so I just set a boundary in sharing that with her. And she didn't want to hear it. She didn't. So that's what I'm saying. Like, she didn't. Not everybody wants to hear what's going on inside. They rather just assume what's going on in their head. You can't fix people. I can't fix her. I can't undo all the damage I did. She's into, all the years that she's been raised, all her life, I've trained her a certain way. I was trained and brainwashed a certain way. We all are brainwashed. This is not how life is supposed to be. You're not supposed to categorize yourself into a group. You're not supposed to be segregated. It's all about love. It's all about just love, compassion, literally love. You love genuinely no matter the person. No matter, you can still love from afar if you need to, but I'm just like, and so I had to tell myself, okay, I can't fix her. I wanted to fix it. I wanted to tell her, I did, and she didn't. And so what happened was it not rejected, but it set her in a tone, and she chose to hang on to it for however long she chose to hold on to it. And instead of me really like digging in, I was just like, oh, like, how can I fix this? How can I do it? You know what I mean? Like, I'm healing myself, and I got to try to heal her too, because she don't realize the damage. And I don't want to say it's damage, but it's damage. So I just want her to release and let go, because she's living in pain right now, and she says she's not. And I get that, because I was there too before. I was like, when someone says, you just really got to love yourself and you're living in pain, I was like, nuh-uh, I'm perfectly fine. I'm perfectly fine. I don't need this. Who are you to tell me what I need, right? Like, who am I to say what she needs? She knows what she needs right now. So you see what I'm saying? It's like, oh, it sucks though. And, it also goes into, it kind of wraps into the situation of realization of not being able to fix and change what I need to right now, or what I feel like I should. So the other day, my youngest, her and I were leaving, and as we were leaving, she went to go give her sister a hug. Her sister had no desire to give her a hug. Her sister is not, we're not in a loving, touching, hugging environment with her. We would like to be. We would love to love her, and this morning it hit me, and I'm trying to, all right, I'll feel it. It hurt this morning because I was getting ready, and I just want to hug her. I want to give her my love. She used to be attached to my hip. She used to sleep with me. She used to love cuddles. She used to appreciate touch. And she doesn't now. And that's just because of what I went through. She went through it too, in a sense. And so her mechanism's up. And I just also come from a family that's not a really touchy-feely family. I have a family full of trauma and pain. And touch and love is just not taught in my family the way that I wish that I see it now. I wish love would have been taught that way. I wish my parents had known and had the eyes and the ability to to see what I've seen, and raised me differently. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not mad at them. I'm not, like, by any means, but that's what I mean in the sense of the wishing of wanting to be, like, now I have to try to undo what I already knew, like how I was raised, you know what I'm saying? But so she's not very receiving of the type that we would like to give. And I had to explain to my youngest that I said, it's okay. I said, I just want you to know, I said, I acknowledge that it hurts when you try to approach somebody and give them your love and they reject it. It was genuine. It was a genuine kind of trying to give of a love. It was not of, like, I understand when some people, it's like, I just don't want to be loved. I get that. But this is, it was a genuine sister wanting to give her affection and give her that love. And it was rejected, and that hurts the person giving. And I had to explain to her, it's okay, understand that things do hurt sometimes, and they don't mean to hurt you. Like, I know my oldest did not mean to hurt us by rejecting our love and our compassion. She's just sitting with some pain that she doesn't realize that's sitting there. It's staying there. And until she is ready to grasp, I can't force it. I try to share with her how I'm feeling, but I can't, you know what I mean? I can't force it. That's the hard part, because it's like, I just hope and pray that I'm still around for when she is ready, for when she is open and understanding that mom had a spiritual awakening, and now I'm having my awakening, and I'm like, now I get it, now I see it, that's and then, so there was that scenario. Then I had the scenario with my dad, a scenario with her, and then I had the scenario with the guy that I'm dating. It wasn't bad. It was just I was feeling lonely. My desires and communication skills, I communicated with him, and it's interesting. This is a very different approach in a relationship, and I'm saying that because he said the word relationship. I just don't know. I mean, we never labeled anything. We're dating. We're just in the now. We're in the here. But I am to the point now where I'm looking for something, in the sense where I'm evaluating my life. And it's like, if you want to grow with me, then let's talk and let's grow. I want some, like, if there's no form of talking of if he's not taking interest in my love and my passion, then my cup is not going to be filled. And I'm not going to, in return, fill his cup. And so we both of us have been battling a struggling time. Very minor. It's very minor, but again, me knowing the Mercury retrograde and the time frame, and knowing how things are supposed to be released, and like, I was trying to tell him, I was like, hey, don't take things personal. I wanted to share with him, like, don't feel this way. Because I wanted to prepare him. Hey, get ready. We might face some trying times, but don't take it personal. We'll get through this. Okay. But so he's not on the however that darn word is said, reciprocating. There it is. Of my beliefs, of my passion. Like, he he may not, just because he's choosing to be my partner, he doesn't necessarily choose to believe everything that I believe. So when I want to share something with him and my healing journey, and his response may have not been a certain way that I desired or wanted, instead of the old Jen would have pushed him completely away and not communicated at all, and would have been like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. But instead, I communicated with him. Now, my first communication text to it was, it could have been better. I understand in his eyes. I definitely see that. But I'm human, and I'm working on myself, and I'm working to be better. And so I was like, I communicated. And then my next text message to him was a voice clip, and that voice clip was I think 5 minutes long or something like that. And it was in the sense of kind, but also I was trying to express what I was going through. I was trying to communicate, but I guess the way it may have been perceived is that he may have perceived that I was just giving up, and I get that, and I understand. So, but what it boiled down to is I looked at this. So we had this kind of push-pull. So anyways, we didn't talk. He didn't talk to me over 24 hours. He didn't respond to me. And so I was setting boundaries inside myself. And I was like, well, I'm not going to sit with this. I'm going to send him this message and say what I just need. And I was like, you do you. I'm going to do me. And I really should have been like, listen, I'm going to take some healing space. You take some healing space. Let's just take a couple deep breaths. I love you. We'll come back and approach this and just give us some space. And maybe I need to set a time, not necessarily a time frame, but it's a boundary. You know what I mean? And it was like, it's something that I communicated. He communicated. So for 24 hours, he didn't. No response is a response. And so I was holding on to that, and I was feeling it. Not holding on to it, but I was like, no response is a response. And so I was like, okay, just let it go. It's okay. He has every right to feel the way he's feeling right now, because he took a brunt of my emotions. And so, yeah. Anyways, he ended up coming over last night, and, he had a certain I guess, desire and want to fix things and, whatnot. And I did too. And we kind of even had a push-pull moment. And it may have not ended as well as he may have wanted it. I had no idea he was coming over. So I had no intentions at that very time to heal and fix that. It wasn't that I didn't want to. It's just I had no intentions, because I was taking my space. But he needed it, and so I was open to it. I wasn't completely uncomfortable. There was a moment of uncomfortableness, he did not make me, it wasn't like he was purposely making me feel uncomfortable. He was navigating through his stuff, and I'm navigating, and we choose to navigate, to be together. And so we're navigating each other's pain, and it's not all pain, but we're navigating it. We're navigating. He's navigating. I'm navigating. We are just, it's pretty cool to be dating somebody that's, he may have some interest of what I'm interested in. But what I'm learning is that I gotta be okay with just the way things are. I've gotta learn to accept and love the moments that I'm gonna feel unloved. I had to dig in, and that's like where this eye-opening thing for me has been pretty cool, because it's like, The old Jen would have never tried to communicate to fix this, and the old Jen never had a person that was, willing to look at it. Because I when he was trying to fix everything, I was just like, I just need you to heal. You're not healed. Like, I was like, I'm trying to give you everything you need and you want and you desire, but I don't know what it is. I don't know how to help right now. I need you to figure it out. Like, that was the hard part, because we want to fix each other, but I'm choosing to still be in the now with him. Like, I'm choosing to love him no matter what. I do love him, but I still have every right to set that boundary. And so, he came over, and that's, we talked. Like I said, things don't always go as one would hope or whatnot. We disconnected, and I didn't like that. Because when I've connected with this guy, I'm like, freaking, oh my God, like, y'all, this guy that came into my life, like, legit is my freaking twin flame. I mean, if you're here and you, I don't care. He is my twin flame. And a twin flame, wow. It really triggers you in areas that you need to heal, like release and shit that I didn't, not that I didn't know, like I know like stuff that was there, but like him being in my life triggers it. And that's okay. And that's what I'm like, what I'm so thankful and graceful about now. It's like, okay, he's in my life, he's triggering these things, but it's not him. So don't take it out on him, don't project it on him. Just talk to him and let him know, listen, this is a moment where I've gone through something like this, and I'm trying to, okay, for an example, I'll run this down real quick. In my narcissist relationship that I was in, and it's still stewing, so apparently I'm doing some healing, because this is connecting. Anyhow, when him and I were on Facebook, he had always watched my green light. Oh, you're active. You're not paying attention to me. You didn't text me. You didn't do this. You didn't, you know what I mean? It was kind of like, it was a control thing. So, anywho, I unfriended the guy that I'm dating a while back ago simply for this reason. Because I found myself in an unhealthy, toxic situation on the being friends with him, wanting to see if he was active, seeing if he was liking other people's posts, seeing where he was commenting. That was so unhealthy. I didn't have a desire to do that, but I didn't want it. I started to, when him and I started into this romantic relationship, I pulled away because I didn't feel, here it is. It's all coming out. Wow. Right before I'm getting ready to pull up to my client's house too. But I spoke to him about it. And so we're healing, and I'm on that process, but all right, I'm going to stop my thought process right there, just because I am going to be pulling up, and I don't want to be abruptly, I'll be back. Y'all know me. I'll be back with more healing. Some of you guys enjoying it. It's okay. I'm enjoying it. It's hard. It's hard. Anywho, I'm still on this healing journey. Things are going good. It's rocky, but I'm hanging in there, and I'll be back later to chit chat more, because I'm not done with my session. I just didn't realize how fast I would get here. That's like when they say you go to a therapy and then you book for an hour, but when you do that hour, you're like, that was it? Just an hour? I felt like 20 minutes. Because sometimes you literally just start getting into the dig, and then it's time to go. So it's literally just enough to kind of flick, trigger, and let it sit there. All right. Love each and every single one of you, but most of all, I love myself. Have a great day.